Hey folks, Sean here, and in this episode, I want to talk to you about how to start making progress against performing well from an SEO perspective, which is going to help continue to drive traffic and leads at your B2B SaaS application's landing page. Now, as I've talked about building the podcasting tool that I'm working on now, I talked about early testing using ads to really evaluate the strength of that value proposition. However, once you get to and through an important milestone there, which is being able to verify that you can go from basically people, driving traffic to your landing page to people reaching out and beginning a potential free trial that you may be offering with your product, and then ultimately converting into a paying customer, you're going to want to look for other channels you can invest in, which will over time send you more traffic. One of those is a longer term investment, but can produce excellent results as long as you maintain it. And that's SEO, or search engine optimization. Now that means to produce content so that you climb the search rankings for relevant keywords, but do so in organic fashion. As in the initial test that I was just mentioning is essentially a shortcut for you to get to the top of those results of the search engine when people are searching for relevant keywords and phrases related to what it is your product does. But that's obviously paid traffic, so you're investing in driving that traffic to your site. However, if you ultimately have the domain authority or content that boosts that authority relevant to those specific keywords, then you will climb the rankings to inevitably, ideally, be on the first page of Google search results at or near the top, which will be similar to paid traffic. You'll be ideally right under where those paid traffic links are at the top, but you will receive potentially similar levels of performance, but you won't have to pay for the traffic. So that's the major advantage of being able to climb the SEO rankings, which is something I believe worthwhile investing after you get to and through that milestone. If you can't get there yet, then you have other things to figure out before it makes sense potentially to make that investment. The other thing worth knowing as well is that improving SEO performance is a long-term commitment usually, as it's typically not something you could do immediately. It's something that you need to start on and need to work on, typically at least for months, in order to climb those rankings and then wind up on the first page of Google, because that's the idea. But you can use tools like from companies such as SEMrush, Ahrefs, in order to track and monitor your progress for relevant keywords, which isn't just for you, it can also be for your competitors as well too. So you can see what they're ranking for, what you're ranking for, and you can get a better idea in terms of what are the keywords that you should be focusing on in order to climb those rankings yourself. But if you've made it to and through that milestone, this is a worthwhile investment that will ultimately produce significant return in the long run. But keep in mind that it is a long-term investment. So the results won't materialize overnight versus with ad traffic, you can essentially turn that on whenever you'd like and throw a budget at it, and that will produce results. If, again, you've verified that you've made it through that milestone and you have the ability to convert those prospects and eyes on your landing page to trials and then customers. But over time, that investment makes sense because it's going to be a potentially better return on investment in the long run. So for a period of time, as you're waiting for those SEO results to improve, you can essentially manage both if that's possible. Ideally, you will be able to do that as you've converted new prospects and trial users to paying customers. Then as your SEO results start to ramp up, your ad budget can ramp down, and then you can ultimately increase your return on investment in maintaining that as a channel.